Good evening, friends. Myself, Dr. Nidhi Darbari, on My Education Treasure, and today I am going to discuss about the discussion method of teaching, its characteristics, and educational significance. It is an oral method like the question answer, and maximum interaction between a teacher and student can be seen here. Discussion can be formal as well as informal. Formal discussions are arranged for the purpose of achieving predetermined objectives. In that case, rules of the discussion are also predetermined. On the other hand, informal discussions are neither objective oriented nor rules are predetermined. Teachers and students discuss the issue in the class whenever becomes necessary. In formal discussion, teacher divides the class into different groups and gives the topic of discussion to each group. Every group has a leader to anchor and conduct the discussion. It is the leader who raises new topics of discussion. In the end, teacher draws the conclusion of the discussion with the help of the leaders. Thus, we see that students are more active in the class in this method of teaching. The teacher plays the role of a guide or helper only. The inception of the discussion method of instruction could be traced out during the times of the pre-Vedic period where gurus used it for deliberations among learners. Even during the ancient Greek period, the great philosophers like Plato and Socrates used this method extensively for deliberation during teaching learning process. One can say with authority that discussion method is one of the oldest methods of instruction. Discussion is a method in which the teacher leads or guides the learners in expressing their opinions and ideas with a view to identifying and solving the problems collectively. Oedeji explained that the discussion method works on the principles that the knowledge and ideas of several people are more likely to find solutions or answers to specific problems or topics. This is in line with the saying that two good heads are better than one. Discussion method of teaching engages both teachers and learners in thinking. It also develops in learners social skills of talking and listening. According to James Lee, the discussion is an educational group activity in which the teacher and the taught talk over the problem. Discussion is a kind of reflective thinking by two or more persons who cooperatively exchange information and ideas in an effort to solve problems or to gain understanding of a problem. In discussion method, learners employ the skill of analysis, comparison, evaluation, and conclusion to reach the solution of the problem. According to Stephens and Stephens, discussion as a process of giving and talking, speaking and listening, describing and witnessing, which helps expand horizons and foster mutual understandings. They explain further that it is the only through discussion that one can be exposed to new points of view, and exposure increases understanding and renews motivation to continue learning. Bridges note that discussion is concerned with the development of knowledge, understanding, or judgment among those people taking part in it. He believes that discussion is more serious than conversation because it requires to be both mutually responsive to the different views expressed. Discussion is a teaching strategy in which the teacher brings learner face to face as they engage in verbal interchange of ideas. The teacher in his interactions with his learners perform a variety of roles. As a teacher, his main business is to transmit the knowledge, and in doing so, she or he specifies the objectives of the lesson and examines the need and background of the learner's relevance of the topic and its suitability. While applying the discussion strategy, teacher plays the role of a manager, a guide, an initiator, and a summarizer. The discussion method is generally used for the following purposes, that is, laying plans for new work, making decision for future action, sharing information, obtaining and gaining respect for various points of view, clarifying ideas, evaluating progress, etc. Thus, discussion method of instruction has the following characteristics. Discussion method is based on the exchange of ideas, concepts, and information among learners. It provides learners the opportunity to express freely their ideas. When shared among the group members, it develops clarity of ideas. It is a group centered, therefore, it stimulates mental activity of each of the members of the group. In this method, there is high probability that there is an agreement or disagreement among the group members related to the acceptance of an idea. It is a systematic process of making a collective decision through competitive cooperation. It is oral method of instruction. It trains the learners for reflective thinking. Suggestions. The success of this method lies in the adaptation of the following points. Efforts should be made to motivate all the students to take part in the discussion. Even mute students should be encouraged to actively take part in the discussion. Students criticize one another during the discussion in the class. A teacher should accept only those criticisms which are really logical. Students should anchor the discussion themselves. Teacher should be there in the class only as a guide. A teacher should select the topic for discussion only with the help of students. Students have the leadership qualities. They should be selected for anchoring. Only those topics should be selected for discussion which have any relevance to the life of the students. Educational significance. It helps in developing the problem-solving capacity and creating active ability among learners. It helps in developing good habits and discipline among learners. They learn to take turns, listen attentively, act cooperatively, speak distinctively, respect the ideas of others, share interest, ask pertinent questions, and comprehend the problem. If you found the video to be informative and interesting, I request you all to please give a like to the video to motivate me, share it with others, and subscribe it so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get a notification. It helps students in knowing what they do not know and what they have overlooked and where they are mistaken, both as to facts and methods of interpreting them. It clarifies the doubts of the students. It develops the right type of attitude and the ability to tolerate anti-ideas of others. It provides factual information and conceptual knowledge. It identifies and discovers talented students who have potential for becoming good leaders, administrators, and overall good educationists. It encourages active participation with originality and independence. It involves reflective level of the student which is most thoughtful and employ independent thinking of the participants. It gives awareness of theories and principles and provides solutions of certain problems. Thank you very much for patiently watching the video and don't forget to subscribe.